Well, you know, Carmen always says everybody has a story to tell.
Right.
And she means mostly as a performer, but choreography is really hard. And there's a lot of good dance making going on. There's not a lot of choreography.
Right. Yeah.
And I'll take good dance making any day. But if you can get to the point that it becomes choreography, which is really kind of undefinable, except by the response.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
When you see it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you the same thing when you are in your creative process, because I agree with you. I think that there is a difference between dance making and choreography. And when you're in your process, do you ever think about that?
I try not to, because when I'm making a dance, I'm making a dance. I'm looking for solutions to problems or answers to the questions I'm asking. And then, I mean, you're involved in the making, in the sawdust and the hardware. And then when it's finished, you sit back and look and say, okay, is this going on a journey? Is this giving me new information? Is this well made? And that's about as much as you can do when you're making the work, and then the world lets you know if it works or not. But I'm trying different ways of creating movement nowadays, and then combining. The movement kind of alternates between steps and activities or tasks. I've made a sort of a task score, and the dancers do various of the tasks in various times and with various relationships to each other. So it makes the movement somewhat improvisational, although they're doing the same thing every time.
Right.
And generally they're going the same place every time you do it, because we've decided that that works and bumping into each other doesn't. But there is a freedom about that way of making movement that allows them to bring what they have to it in a way that they're not concerned about technique.
Right.
Specifically, and I think that's a very useful method.
But a lot of what you do goes beyond technique for me. It's when I watch
Well,
it,
all of it goes beyond technique
Yeah.
at this point, because there's no technique when you're this age. If you stand up, you're doing good.
But it's not about. What I meant by that really maybe was it wasn't about the step becomes a secondary for me.
Oh, yeah.
When I watch what you do, and I think that what happens is it becomes transcendental. You almost aren't looking at the movement anymore because it's not the intent anymore.
Well, that would be the hope. But when you're making it, you got to make the movement.
Yeah.
When you're watching it, hopefully the movement doesn't interfere with the expression. Yeah, but it's got to be there somewhere underneath. So it's like you don't notice the mannequin when you're looking at the dress, but
Exactly.
if the mannequin weren't there, you'd be looking at a lump of cloth.
Exactly.